check. Welcome to Release the Genie Within broadcast. My name is Rich Smith. I'm a filmmaker and a spiritual coach. I'm starting something new here for my peeps. I'm going to be broadcasting every Thursday. We're going to talk about one of my principles. I have a book, 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker. It's 52 spiritual principles that I've developed over the years that I've used in my own life to create some pretty amazing miracles, to say the least. Anyhow, let me talk about, I'll show you the book. I have the book available. If you stay on this broadcast till the end, I'll tell you how you can get your free copy of my 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker. And so, first of all, I struggled as an independent filmmaker when I first moved out here to Hollywood. It was a struggle, always broke, chasing after the dream, couldn't work the B job, never wanted to. I never did, actually. And it was a struggle, as a lot of you who are in the entertainment business probably know, that it seems like everything is against you. You're going to find out after this broadcast that not everything is against you, everything is for you. However, let's get back to my story about how I developed the 52 Laws and Principles. So, struggling, it really destroyed my life. I mean, I was married at the time, had a little girl, ended up getting a divorce because it's all we did was fight over money and struggling and get a real job. And I can't get a real job. I got to do this. I had a dream and a vision. And so in the end, we ended up producing 2 independent feature films, partners and I. And one of them was picked up by Warner Brothers and distributed by Warner Brothers Home Video. And they had it tied up for 2 years, and we didn't see any money out of it for that 2 years. And it took us like 8 years in my marriage, to say the least, and my relationship with my daughter, because, you know, I didn't have any money to fight and get a lawyer, and she ended up getting, you know, custody. And so anyways, I sacrificed a lot, as you're probably doing the same thing. However, at the end of the 2 years, I decided, you know what, let's build a film festival. Back then, broadband was just starting to come out. They were talking about it. And so I built a film festival. It took me 3 years to build it. I learned how to write code, and I found about a bunch of independent films. And my dream was to be able to post scenes from independent films and then link over to some product on Amazon, because I had an affiliate program with them where we could make money on the products that we sell that were kind of like in alignment with the scene from the movie that we were promoting. And I thought, this is great. We can promote our own films and get it out there. We don't have to depend upon the big guys to take care of us. And so I spent 3 years on it. And then one day my computer crashed and I lost everything. I didn't have it backed up. Back then, hard drives were really expensive and I couldn't afford to back it up, crazy enough. And so I ended up getting really depressed. And I lay in bed that day and I wouldn't get out of bed until God told me what to do. I said, God, you got to tell me what to do, because I'm lost here. I spent years making these movies, 8 years for each movie and 3 years building the film festival. I was getting really discouraged. This was my first bout as a film, maker. I was mostly a cinematographer. And so anyways, I lay in the bed all day, depressed, thinking, worrying, praying, meditating. And then finally I fell asleep. And when I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I started to write this information. I didn't quite know where it was coming from, but I wrote about 40 pages of this idea that what if your life were like a movie and it was created by an infinite filmmaker? What would your life look like if there were no limits to what you could be doing, have in your life? And so I come up with these ideas that the infinite prop house is unlimited. There's nothing, you can have whatever you want in your movie called life. You just got to ask for it. And the infinite filmmaker will give it to you and supply it to you from the prop house. Also, the infinite filmmaker is omnipresent, everywhere present on the set. If you have a question, just ask the infinite filmmaker and the infinite filmmaker will answer your question. everywhere present all at the same time. So if you had a question and the actor had a question and the cinematographer had a question, the infinite filmmaker would be there to answer your question all at the same time. It's everywhere present. And so anyways, I was asking, man, because, you know, I wasn't sure what was going on. So I wrote down these 40 pages, and over the years, I started developing them into my book, 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker. It took me about 15 years. And as I was writing these principles, as they were coming to me, I was practicing them in my life and started to notice little miracles were starting to happen in my life. And then the more I studied metaphysics, through Ernest Holmes' work, The Science of Mind, I was able to understand that we are the co-creators of a movie called life. We're co-creating this movie with the infinite filmmaker, which is unlimited. And so principle number one is the infinite filmmaker is powerful. There's nothing that it can't be doing, heaven, and bring into your movie called life. And so, you know, realizing that, well, what filmmaker would hold back from supplying his characters with the best possible things in order to make the movie the best possible movie? And the answer is they wouldn't. And so the infinite filmmaker doesn't withhold anything from us. There's nothing being withheld. We withhold it through our mind, through our thoughts, through our belief system, and through our faith. So what we have to do is get in alignment with our belief system, because it was the master from Jerusalem. I call him the first assistant director, because he knew more about what the infinite filmmaker wanted for your movie called life than anybody else on the set. So Jesus, the man from Nazareth, said that whatever I can do, you can do more. If you say to this mountain, fall into the ocean, and believe it, it'll fall into the ocean. And so it's all measured according to your belief. And I began to realize after working these principles that if I believed it, it would happen. And if I had any doubt, fear, doubt, or worry, it wouldn't happen. And then I started studying the law of attraction with Abraham, Esther Hicks, the Abraham teachings. And I began to realize that that our thoughts become things, that what we think about, we bring about. And so I started focusing on my thoughts. What am I thinking about today? What do I want to think about? What do I want to take my life from this point forward? And it always evolved into me being a coach and a teacher when I got down to it, you know. I do independent films, short films every once in a while, but my main goal here is to teach these spiritual principles so that you, as creatives in the entertainment business, can take these principles and use them in your own life to be able to create whatever you desire. And trust me, there's no limit. The more you work with me, the more you're going to realize that there's no limit. You're going to start to manifest the life you desire to be living. So basically, that's my goal. And I always had a dream and a vision to make a movie. I thought I was going to win an Academy Award at some time. I thought I was going to make a movie that would completely change the world, you know, that it would be an inspirational movie, inspiring, enlightening movie that would change people and their thoughts. That never happened so far. You never know. But anyways, that didn't happen. And so I've been thinking about it. And the thing that came up from me a while back was that I can work with other independent filmmakers. They can make the films that are going to change the world and transform people's consciousness, the consciousness of the world. And so that's how I can reach people, is not only doing it myself, but also teaching people so that they can do it. And that's why I am attracting within my network of people creatives that are on a spiritual path. They know that there's something more to life. They know there's something there with this thing called God, this divine presence, this infinite intelligence, as I call it. So I come up with a metaphor that your life is a movie created by an infinite filmmaker, and there's no limit to what it can create in your movie called life. And with that, I also mention it as a genie. It's like a genie within. Each of us has a genie within us. And unlike a Disney genie that only gives you 3 wishes, this genie gives you unlimited wishes. And you can release the genie by practicing the 52 laws and principles in my book. And I am going to give you a free copy, a link to a free copy of this book at the end of this broadcast. So there we go. That's what it's about. Here's what I'm going to do every Thursday. I am going to take and pick up one of my principles, and we're going to talk about it. So today, I'm going to talk about principle number 11. Let me pick it up here and share my screen. Where's screen share? Here we go. And I'm going to share a window. Bingo. Okay, so first I'll read the principle. Here it is. Spiritual principle number 11. Your movie called Life has a rhythm. And I put a little guy in there with the guitar. Speak about rhythm. All movies have a rhythm that moves the story forward. So too does your life's movie have its rhythm, which keeps your life interesting. What would a movie be like without the ebbs and the flows of life circumstances? We need both the highs and the lows of our creative experience to make it enjoyable. Bless all that appears to be good and not so good in your life, knowing that in the end, it is unfolding in perfect order. So principle number 11 reminds us. Let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. So principle number 11 reminds us that that when we take the good with the bad in life, in the end, everything's going to work out. Once you realize that there really is no bad in the spiritual version of your movie, the version that's created by the infinite filmmaker, who doesn't understand the sufferings that we go through because it's unlimited. It just sees the movie of your life unfolding in perfect order. So knowing that all is good in the mind of the infinite filmmaker, your life will take on new meaning. Once you understand this and know that you're working with an unlimited power and presence, it's not withholding anything from you and is freely giving you whatever you need to succeed in life. When you succeed, it succeeds. The infinite intelligence succeeds. God, divine presence, Buddha mind, Christ consciousness, whatever it is to you. George Lucas called it the force be with you. Abraham Hicks calls it source energy. And Lao Tzu called it the Tao and created Taoism from it. So when you get to this level of consciousness, everything takes on a new meaning. You begin to see and experience only good, start to see the bad as a gift or a blessing from the infinite filmmaker, cause you to see, to seek more good in your life, and then the ebbs and flows won't be so bad. And so, with that, let's talk about that. When you get to this level of consciousness, everything takes on new meaning. You begin to see and experience only good. You start to see the bad as a gift or a blessing. I've had so many things in my life, struggles that got me to this place that I thought, thank God that happened. Because if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. And I really love where I am today. And it took all these growing pains, all these ebbs and flows in life to be able to get there. And when you can accept these ebbs and flows in life as life lessons and not become the victim, everything is cause and effect. If you're living from effect, that's a cause that you set into motion creates an effect. Okay. If you're living from effect, you're living in a victimhood mentality. But if you're living from cause, and that's what we're going to be working with these infinite filmmaker teachings, we're going to be working from cause, first cause. We're going to set that cause into motion that creates the thing that you want to experience in your life. So you have something that brings you down, that's not working out just the way you want. That's okay. Accept it, be with it. And then instead of paddling up the river against it, go down the river. Allow things to unfold in your life in perfect order. Because, the infinite filmmaker wants what you want. Okay. And you can get that by being still and listen to that still small voice within. I don't know if you've heard that expression before, but be still, listen to that still small voice, that little voice within, the intuition. That's the infinite intelligence speaking to you. And when you know that it feels good and you get excited about it, you're moving in the right direction. If there's angst and struggle and torment going on in your life as a result of this thing that's happening, you're probably not moving in the right direction. You're probably living the screenplay that you've been writing that's kind of all messed up. It's like there's the infinite filmmaker's script for your movie called Life, which is perfect, whole, and complete in the mind of the infinite. Then there's the script that you're writing for your life that's not so good. Okay. And so you have to get more in alignment. What is the infinite filmmaker trying to show me here for my movie called Life, so that I can attain success without all the struggle and strife and torment going on in my life? So then you just be still, meditate, pray, be still. You know, meditation is when prayer is when you're talking to God, and meditation is when God is talking to you. So you just be still in meditation, and you ask the question, and then you wait for the answer to come, and it'll show up. It'll show up somewhere in your life. Some door will open up, and you walk through that door. And instead of going, well, that doesn't, that's not what I want in life, but I want this, but I'll struggle to get it, then you're moving in the wrong direction. You're living the screenplay of your life that got you to this place where you are now. Whatever you wrote in your screenplay, by writing, I mean what you're talking about, what you're speaking about, what you're acting upon, what you're getting excited about, whatever it is that's drawing you to that, you're writing the screenplay of your life. It's time to change that and to ask the infinite filmmaker, what is your screenplay for my movie called Life? What is going to be the quickest way for me to attain this success in life? Show me the direction. Make my crooked roads straight and my narrow roads wide, so that I can move down this path with ease and grace, and to be able to create the life that I desire to be living. And so anyways, that's it. That was principle number 11. Next Thursday, I'll pick another principle. After you guys get the book that I'm going to give you the link to right now, you can start commenting below, and let's talk about some of the other principles that interest you. If you have any questions about the principles, please post them below, and I will answer them in the comments section. So anyways, that's it. Pick up the free book, 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here we go. It comes in a flip book, a PDF, and I even have it as an app on your iPhone. But anyways, it's 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker. It took me 15 years to write this, 15 years to learn the principles in it and apply them to my life. And now I'm able to create pretty much whatever I want. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing, and I love it. And so you can too. You can too. And, we have all 52 principles. Anyways, the vision for your life's movie is not withheld from you. It may appear that it's withheld from you, but it's not. You're withholding it from yourself. Your desire is a prayer request to the infinite filmmaker. Every time you put out a desire for something, that's a prayer request. And the infinite filmmaker answers all prayers. Okay, so let's stop sharing this. Great. So we'll see you next Thursday. You can get the book at theinfinitefilmmaker.com. If I can put that in the chat, I'm not sure how to work the chat. Oh, here's the chat. Okay, here, I'll put it in here. There it is, theinfinitefilmmaker.com. You can just click on that and go get that book and practice it. Read the principles, think about them, meditate on them, and practice the principles in your life, and you will notice things gradually begin to change. You're going to see that your life is beginning to unfold in perfect order, because that's what the infinite filmmaker has in mind for you. So read the book, release that genie within, and start to manifest the things that you would like to create in your life without any limitations. And with that, we'll see you next Thursday. And thanks again for showing up. Take care. Bye. Don't forget to comment below. Take care. Okay, how do you stop this thing?